Hello everyone, my name is Pixlriffs and welcome to a mini-series in the Minecraft Survival Guide. This is going to be an entire week of videos from Minecraft Bedrock Edition in which I attempt to survive in the Nether. We're going to start off in the Nether, we're going to go through the full tool progression from wooden tools all the way through to Netherite tools, at which point I will make myself a Nether portal and return to the Overworld and declare myself the winner of this challenge. Now, Java Edition players, I'm sure, are wondering why the series is suddenly in Bedrock Edition, and don't worry, it is just going to be for this week, but thanks to the generous contributions of my community to the Loveland Foundation on a fundraising livestream we did on June 20th, one of the milestone goals of that was to make a week's worth of Bedrock Edition videos at some point in July, and so I thought it'd be a really fun challenge to go through the Nether survival progression with you guys for a week. And don't worry if you're playing Java Edition and you're thinking, well, this is Bedrock Edition, it's not going to apply to me. All of the stuff we're going to be doing in this mini-series applies to Java Edition as well. We're not going to be worrying about creating farms or any of the mechanics that are particularly different in Bedrock Edition. Instead, we are going to be trying our best to survive in the Nether using the survival progression, which should be the same in both Java and Bedrock editions of the game. Now, all this has been made possible thanks to an add-on that was created by somebody called NetherNinja. We're going to go down to behavior packs when I create a new local world here, and here in my packs, you will see Nether Spawn v3. There is going to be a link to this in the description. It will take you to a page where NetherNinja has this stuff hosted, and there is information about it. Please bear in mind that when you click on the download link, it is going to take you through some AdFly links. And NetherNinja has provided instructions for how to get through that, so you can get to the Mediafire page where the download itself is actually hosted, but I'm sure they wanted to make a little bit of revenue for their hard work, and so AdFly is one of those necessary evils here on the internet. Just be aware of what you're clicking on as you click through it, and hopefully everything should be okay and you'll be able to download this pack. Now, if I click on that and click activate, it is going to say to turn off achievements because this is a pack that basically bypasses some of the survival progression, and I'm pretty sure most behavior packs are like this. It means that you could potentially cheat your way to some of the achievements, which I imagine they don't want people to do. So yes, we are going to turn off achievements for this world, sadly, but then we're going to go through to the game settings here. We're going to set the difficulty to hard. I'm going to scroll down here and enable showing coordinates, increase the simulation distance there as well, and you'll also notice that in this pack here there is a setting to enable or disable a bonus chest. And I'm going to leave that enabled because of the way this pack works. Now, I have noticed a couple of times when I've tested this that if I disable the bonus chest, for some reason it doesn't set my spawn in the Nether properly. So I'm going to leave the Nether bonus chest enabled, and hopefully that will all work out for us. Now, back to the game settings. I don't think there's anything else we need to do except to name this Nether Survival Week. And let's get right to it. So the first thing that happens is it will spawn you in a Bedrock portal, and you'll be in a 1x1 Nether portal block. And then here we are on our Nether spawn platform and on the edge of a Nether wastes biome, it looks like. Well, the bonus chest is right here. I'm going to leave that there, but luckily with all of the soul torches around it, if we encounter any piglins, then they won't be a problem. The first thing I want to do, of course, is to locate a biome with wood in it, and that is, of course, one of the crimson or warped forests. Now, the ghasts are going to be a bit of a problem at first, so I'm going to do my best to run away from them as best I can. And hopefully we should... Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Right. We're going to encounter piglins pretty much immediately, but this right here is going to be my salvation. We have a warped forest right here, and I need to make sure that I'm out of the aggro radius of the piglins. Looks like they didn't follow me too far. That is great. Let's get ourselves some warped wood, and let's kick off this Nether survival week. Because, of course, warped and crimson fungi, the large variants of them, you can find all of these stem blocks, and the stem blocks will break down into wood, which, of course, works just like wood does in the overworld. You can make yourself crafting tables, you can make yourself tools, and that is us off to the races. This was a very, very lucky spawn in one of my test worlds. I ended up spawning in a basalt delta with no sign of any forests nearby, so I'm pretty happy with where we have started out, but we need to do our best to make sure we're on top of things here. Let's start by making a crafting table. Let's make one of those, and let's keep all of the rest of the wood, some of it for sticks, and some of it for tools. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about getting myself some torches early on here, but we will need to find some black stone so that we can make anything out of stone. I think what we're going to do is go through each of the phases of Minecraft's survival progression, starting with wood today, and then upgrading to stone, and then iron, and then diamonds, and then netherite. Gold is probably going to figure into it quite heavily at various places as well, so we'll see how we get on. But I think a wooden sword is probably going to be a good idea as well. We'll keep the rest of the wood on us, we'll pack up the crafting table, and I'm going to continue to punch down some of these wart trees so that I can get myself a few extra blocks. Oh, you know what? We should make a hoe as well, because of course, those are going to be slightly better for taking down these nether wart blocks than just punching them by hand. Yeah, there we go. I've also taken down some of the shroom lights because I think those are going to be very nice early game light sources, and it's probably worth taking a look around here to see if there's any exposed gold ore, because I don't know if the piglins get mad at you for mining that, but there is some in the ceiling up there. That's not ideal. Hopefully we'll be able to find some more of that, but if we can make some gold armor nice and quickly here, then that will mean that the piglins aren't going to bother us as much, unless, say, I open a chest or something like that, so I'm going to have to be a little bit careful about how I manage my inventory while I'm here in the nether. But what I think is absolutely unbelievable about this so far is the fact that I've been able to spawn in the nether and immediately make wooden tools, which is something that was never possible in Minecraft before this update. So already, the changes in the update are making the nether landscape a little bit more survivable as a prospect, although of course there are a lot more dangers out there as well. I also need to start thinking about food pretty much instantly, and luckily for me, I found a couple of red mushrooms in this forest. I wonder if there are some brown mushrooms nearby as well. Hopefully there are, because you might think the first thing we're going to do is try and kill some hoglins for meat. No, my friends. Instead, we're going to start looking for both different types of mushrooms so that we can make ourselves some mushroom stew. Now we have some wood, we can turn that into bowls, and immediately on finding mushrooms, we can convert those and the mushrooms into some mushroom stew. But we do need both different types of mushrooms for that, so that is potentially going to be a little bit difficult unless some brown mushrooms have spawned nearby. All I'm seeing so far is the red ones, but maybe if we explore a bit of this nether wastes biome, we'll find something that we can turn into food. But luckily for me, this warped forest spawn was actually kind of perfect. It's very sheltered. The piglins seem to be keeping a relatively safe distance, thanks to the fact I think that there are a couple of zombie piglins hanging around over here, and I've never been more happy that those are a neutral mob in my life, because I'm a little bit worried that I was going to be attacked by everything as soon as I spawned in here, but luckily everything seems to be doing all right. We've got a decent amount of wood so far. I'm going to take down maybe 1 or 2 more trees so that I have enough to build myself a shelter if need be, and some wooden tools for the rest of my time here, because of course we are going to be wearing through a pickaxe and the other wooden tools very, very quickly at the start here. Okay, we've got a few more of the warped stems under our belt. I think that's probably where we're going to leave it for now. Let's grab this warped fungus from up the top here, and that way we can always grow a little bit more if we want a sustainable supply of this. Now, let's see if we can track down some brown mushrooms. I'm not going to sprint around too much just in case it depletes my hunger. There's some more red mushrooms up there, actually, which I definitely want. So let's use the wooden pickaxe for the first time. Can't believe I've used a hoe so much before I even touched the wooden pickaxe, but looks like we can get up here, and there is also some easily accessible gold ore. Now, we have to be a little bit careful about mining that, just in case the piglins are going to get mad at me. But the gold is going to be very, very useful for our survival progression, so I guess we will dig into this hillside and see if we can grab some of this with the wooden pickaxe. Of course we can. It's actually possible to mine nether gold ore with wooden tools, because the base it is working from is netherrack, and it gives you gold nuggets. Right now, obviously, it would be better if we were able to silk touch this and smelt it into a gold ingot, but for now, at least, we should be able to acquire a few nuggets and turn those into ingots. There we go, I got 10 gold nuggets. That's enough for a single gold ingot. A few more pieces of gold ore hidden around here and there should be enough to make sure that we can make ourselves a gold ingot or 2, and that will allow us to make some gold armor, and from there we should hopefully be able to survive future encounters with the unzombified piglins. Of course, if I was feeling brave, I could always take a few pot shots at the zombie piglins too, but I'm honestly not feeling brave right now. I'm feeling very, very exposed. It has been quite some time since I was last in this little armor. In fact, no armor whatsoever is a little bit of a strange state for me. There's another mushroom over there. I'm just keeping an eye on where all of the food and resources and stuff is, because I might need to come back here and gather a few more of them at some point. Where does that leave us? 39 gold nuggets. That is not bad for not even having fortune. It means we can make 4 gold ingots, and with that we can make a pair of gold boots, put those on, and hopefully all of the piglins will stay friendly to us now. Remember, of course, that they still don't want you to mine too much gold in the area, and they will also mess with you if you start opening chests near them. So I'm going to have to do a bit of inventory management and make sure that I'm only carrying what I need until I've got something that I can help defend myself. Oh gosh, I just looked at an Enderman. Well, luckily for me, I did that from a very good vantage point here where the Enderman doesn't really have a spot that they can teleport to me, but I have a feeling that's not going to bother them all that much. I'm under an overhang, but maybe they will find a way to teleport to me nonetheless, and hopefully I'll be able to take them out with my sword here and maybe earn myself an early ender pearl. It looks like he may have calmed down, assuming that is still the same Enderman, but I will have to keep my wits about me here. Do not want to take an early death to an Enderman at this point. He's teleporting around quite a lot, but yeah, I'm hoping that that's the only Enderman encounter I will have for quite some time. Let's dig on through here, and yep, there is a piglin over there. Looks like we might be able to grab that mushroom from them now, and this guy is going to be completely neutral to me while I have my gold boots on, so that is great. Let me grab this mushroom. Oh, anytime they make noises now, I get a little bit worried that I've just upset one of them, which is definitely a concern when I don't really have any kind of armor right now. And I'm checking over both my shoulders before I end up mining out this gold. Okay, I think we're good. I don't hear any more piglin noises, so hopefully they're going to be fine with me mining out these gold nuggets here. Once I've spotted a piglin or two, I'm actually quite interested in bartering with them early with whatever gold I can salvage from around here. And wow, it's been a while since I broke a tool. Completely wasn't expecting that, but there we go. All right, let's make ourselves another pickaxe, and we have enough gold for 2 ingots. So I think what I might do is go and barter with that piglin and see what resources we can get nice and early. Hi there, friend. Are you interested in this? We can right-click on them to barter with them. There we go, and let's see what we get in exchange. Take your time, mate. No worries. No rush. Oh, okay, we got some glowstone powder. Well, that's something I could punch out of some nearest glowstone myself, so that's not the biggest trade in the world, but let's see if we can get something else from you. And that's 12 gravel. Well, mate, you are a bit of a disappointment, I'll be honest with you. Not that I was expecting a netherite hoe on my first try, but there you go. Anyway, we got ourselves some gravel and some glowstone dust. Well, at least we can turn that into some regular glowstone. And remember, if we want to set our spawn anywhere else, we will need to make a respawn anchor. So it does potentially involve trading with these guys until we get some crying obsidian and then putting that together with some glowstone. So all is not lost, and I feel like we will do a little bit more piglin bartering later. Probably not any kind of automated setup. We don't really have access to redstone while we're down here, so that's a concern. But hopefully we'll be able to make ourselves a couple of other things in the survival progression just by bartering with piglins here and there. Now, my priority at this point should be to get hold of some stone, because black stone in the Nether is actually the equivalent of cobblestone in the Overworld when it comes to getting resources put together, getting tools made, and getting... Yep, there we go. I knew it was coming sooner or later. We will need black stone if we want to get anything stone-related, and luckily for me, I've seen a couple of patches down here. Unluckily for me, ghasts seem to be spawning freaking everywhere today, so I think I will probably hop down here and do my best to avoid them. Maybe bat a couple of fireballs back at them if I can, or maybe even go in for an up-close kill. Nope, it looks like they've floated away. Oh, well, never mind. There are a few brown mushrooms around here, though. Ow! Ow! I'm on fire now. This is not good. This is not how I expected this to go. Well, let me at least grab a couple of these brown mushrooms so that I can heal up some of the damage I am now taking, and I'll try and get to a safe spot where I can take shelter. Ow, ow, ow. No, 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 no. This is not how I expected this to go. This is not how I wanted it to go. Let's dig a little shelter here, and hopefully we can be safe from the ghasts. Oh, goodness. Right. Well, at least we are safe now. At least I can dig into this wall. Watch, there's lava, like, behind any of the blocks that I mine. And, oh, finally. Okay, we can make ourselves some mushroom stew. I'm gonna eat this as soon as I possibly can and heal up. Yes, please. Well, I knew this wasn't going to be easy. I definitely knew this wasn't going to be easy, and I think I have proved myself right at this point. But luckily, yes, we have ourselves 4 bowls of mushroom stew now. We can probably make a 5th if we make ourselves some more bowls, or we can just eat one. And once my hearts have regenerated a little bit more, we could go looking for some blackstone. Of course, it is possible to mine down in the nether terrain in order to find blackstone, but I kind of want to keep this on the surface furnace instead of going strip mining right away, because we will, of course, have to do some strip mining later on if we want to get ourselves netherite and stuff like that, so I imagine we'll be doing our fair share of that later on in this week. But for now, I want to be up here on the surface, potentially even finding some basalt deltas we can get blackstone from, and risking the wrath of the magma cubes in order to obtain that. But now I'm all healed up, and now I have a little bit of food on my hotbar. Let's at least break our way out of here, out of this little safety box that I have made, and let's see where else we can go to. Hopefully we'll be able to mine out some of that blackstone, but if the ghasts are still hovering around, we might have a harder time of that. Nope, looks like they may have floated away, which is good news for me, because I'm going to have to go down near this lava lake to start mining out some of the blackstone here. But yes, we can grab that with our wooden tools, and I'm going to keep some of it, not for tools today. We're going to make some tools out of it tomorrow. I think what we are going to be making out of this blackstone, nice and quickly, is a furnace. But Pixlriffs, I hear you cry, why are you making a furnace when you don't really have anything to cook? There is no food yet. You haven't encountered hoglins for hoglin meat or anything like that. And no, friends, that is not the point here. The point here is being able to make charcoal for torches, because if I can do that, I'm going to reassert the safety box over here, or at least build up a little wall so that ghasts aren't going to fireball me. There we go, nice and easy. I'm going to set up a furnace over here so that I can make myself some charcoal, because torches are going to be essential for navigation, for finding my way around here in the Nether. Now, it's not like I have any kind of portal to go back to or anything like that, but it is still going to be necessary to find my way back to certain landmarks, like a house if I make one. And can you not make charcoal out of warped stems? Oh, goodness. Well, I checked it on the Minecraft wiki, and it says that any log can be made into charcoal. I kind of assumed that that meant warped stems as well, but I guess you can't burn them as fuel because they are fireproof and they don't burn. So I guess my whole point about the furnace was potentially a little bit misguided. No worries, though. We could always use it to smelt up some pork if we kill some hoglins later. In the meantime, let's take a look at what else we can craft with blackstone. Stone tools, of course, being one of the major ones. We're going to save that for the next episode, I think, and just try and survive while we can. But I want to figure out a decent way of getting a larger amount of blackstone without strip mining, so I think it's time to go exploring, he says, as there are like 5 ghast sounds around me. I think the goal for this episode is going to be to establish some sort of base camp. I at least need some sort of house that I can stay in, preferably in a non-hostile biome, or a place that I can grab a few more resources from the neighborhood. I'm hoping there will be few enough ghast intrusions that I'll be able to make myself a decent little house somewhere. And I would love to settle down in a slightly larger warped forest than the one I've already found. Maybe if we follow the piglins, they'll lead us to a crimson forest somewhere. Oh, yes. Now that is what I'm talking about. This is what I was hoping to find for a larger source of blackstone. A basalt delta is going to be a really great thing to have nearby, so I think we're going to walk around here and see if we can find a better forest around here so that I can grab myself some more wood. If we can find a decent forest in the area that's going to provide me with a little bit more wood, I'd say this is a pretty successful nether spawn. But for now, I'm going to skirt around the edges of this basalt delta, not go too deep into that, and hope that I can find a place that will grab us a little bit more wood, or failing that, some more mushrooms so I can continue making this mushroom stew. Well, there's a couple more brown mushrooms in this cave, and this seems like a pretty nice little circular setup, actually, so I wonder if maybe we should make this our home for now. I will maybe break down some of these warp stems here, and I don't know, let's see what we can do about turning this little setup here into a nice early base. We'll put some shroom lights up, we'll make the place feel a little bit more homey, and we are right next to this basalt delta so that hopefully we can get a little bit more blackstone in the next episode. Of course, warped wood can be broken down into all of the stuff you would expect wood to break down into, so that includes stairs, trapdoors, signs, and of course, regular old doors. And we're going to use a couple of those to block up the entrance here to make sure that there is a door into this place. Now, I have a feeling that zombified piglins are still going to try and knock down some of these doors. Hello, this is my house. Why are you blowing it up? So as I was saying, I have a feeling that the zombified piglins are still going to try and break down these doors here and there. But you know what? I'm happy just to have the doors in the first place. And if this warped wood does not burn, then there being fire right outside is not actually as big a concern as you might think. So let's establish a nice little entryway here. That looks lovely. Our first little home here in the Nether. Very, very nice. Let's put a porch light up as well. Yeah, how about that? And if I wanted to, I could plant some mushrooms here in the corner, and they will slowly spread out to areas where there is a little bit less light. Obviously, the shroom lights here are going to prohibit them from growing a little bit, but we might end up being able to farm mushrooms here if I just hang around here and let them grow for a little bit. Not only that, but we have some gold here in the floor, so I can start collecting a little bit more of this nether gold ore and maybe converting some of this into ingots we can trade with the piglins. Let's make this feel a little bit more like home by putting down a nice little floor around where I put the furnace and the crafting table. And of course, my pickaxe is going to break, not to worry. We'll always craft another one of those out of wood for now, and we'll move on to the stone part of the tool progression in the next episode. Let's put some blackstone bricks in here as well. Let's kind of vary up the floor a little bit here. We'll create a nice little furnace area and maybe something that feels a little bit more like, I don't know, a kitchen floor. How about that? There we go. Symmetry was throwing me off a bit, but we have ourselves a little kitchen floor here. We're going to put down a few of these warped planks. Of course, the warp blocks make for a really nice cyan blue carpet as well. So we have a little entranceway here. We have part of the walls made out of blackstone. We have our little kitchen area, and I'll lay down a carpet on this opposite side here as well. And we have the makings of our first ever Nether survival base. I think we are probably also safe enough from piglins here that I can put down a storage chest here in the center, and we can start to put away some of the stuff that we're not going to need. But we got a lot of gold that we can trade with piglins in the near future. We got a source of food as far as these mushroom stew goes. We've got a decent amount of glowstone, which is going to be useful for setting our spawn somewhere later on. And I think we have made a pretty good start to our Nether survival adventure. So that is where we're going to leave it for today, folks. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Minecraft Survival Guide. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know if you did in the comments. My name has been Pixlriffs. Leave a like on it if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye for now.